Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself Vishnu. Now I'm 2026 graduated. I'm recently cracked a developer internship, but I'm rejected that internship. I'm trying to crack a full-time a developer role. Then today I'm explaining system design concepts. Why I'm explaining system design concepts? Because our system design concepts is the most important for their interviews. Then I'm explaining clearly in depth. This is my first YouTube video. Then I'm trying to explain clearly. Okay. Then I'm also created small PDF to understand every people with clearly. Then this PDF is available and description also. Then what is the system design? System design is the process of designing the architecture of a software application. First, before you can enter into a development, first we can design a enter into an application. After we can start a development. In every software developer, in any software company, a startup companies or a service based companies can start the first system design. Then next step will be implementation on development. Then you know why system design is important, like how users interact with applications, how the front end communicates with the back end, how data stored in databases, how the application scales in millions of users, how explaining real world scenarios. In nowadays, most of the people can using social media apps like WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Suppose when I take an Instagram application, Instagram can using millions of users, millions of users. This is a kind of real world application about this system design. All over the all over not only India, all over the world using millions of users. Then I was explaining architecture, anything for using real world Instagram application. Then basic structure, basic architecture about user, front end, backend, database. User is nothing but suppose users. This is a kind of web application and also app application also. Then front end. What is a front end? Front end is nothing but it's a user interface. Suppose user will be see this data. This is all about related to front end. Next is a backend server. What's a backend server? Backend server is nothing but it's kind of to write on logics about when a user can click to login details. What happened next? Suppose click to login. It can work on enter in backend. Like this is all about UI. It can click to user this button. It can work on enter backend. And then next involves the database. Database is nothing but suppose I have entered into this text and this password. This credential will be stored and in database in before it can show as a main page. It cannot store and this data in before it can show as something error like the login information at enter incorrect. Incorrect is nothing but it's an error, so wrong details. It cannot allows the main application. This is all about related to basic architecture in the real world application for Instagram in front end, back end and database. User is nothing but performing some actions. Suppose in this application I have entered into an input fields mobile number and then also password. I'm user, I'm entering into a mobile number and password. This is all about related to front end, back end, database. You can understand the flow. User send a request. I'm user, I'm entering into this credentials, I'm click to send and login. It can show as something error. Then next front end. Front end is nothing but UI. It's a total about UI. Back end process the request. I'm click to this login process. Suppose we can observe that it can process all about process data. Then next stored data stored and retrieved from the database. Like data is stored retrieved from the database. In case of database be not stored, it's like before I'm not logging these details will these credentials because it can show as something error, incorrect details. Responses sent to the backend because of this data is not available on database. It can show an error. Then next, this is also a real world application for Instagram. Suppose users select, most of the peoples can upload a reels, chat, stories, then photos, etc. Suppose user select a photo, then next apps into server, like that photo will be sent on server. Server will be stored on data. Data will be the storage and images in different database like object storage. I'm explaining last minute for this. Data will be stored. Then database stores and metadata. Metadata is nothing but data about data. It's all about related to data. Then followers can view the photo. Why I am explaining this concept? Followers can view the photo. It is all about related to security services. Some people are using private accounts and some people are using public accounts. Private accounts is nothing but accessing their only followers. Public is nothing but you can access their every people. Mainly to recommend that the followers in every account. You can observe that user Instagram app server database. Everything will be works on this related to user. User is nothing but suppose me and you. It's a kind of user. Then Instagram application server. It can works. What user can perform actions. All about related to the server. Data will be stored and data as to user stored. User details enter into and will be stored on database. Then next, why system design important? Scalability. Scalability is nothing but the system should support of millions of users. Suppose this is an Instagram application, not only using me, using their entire world. Suppose at a time 100 users can enter into a login details with the correct credentials. It login, click to login. It can works perfectly. It cannot showing any errors. It's all about related to scalability. It can handle the millions of users. Then next, reliability. Reliability is not meant the application should be work on without any errors. I am explaining there. It can work on enter into application like a server overloaded, server error cannot showing any unknown errors. It can works perfectly. Next, performance. It click to this button fastly to perform any action, not any errors or any other web pages to connected. It can works perfectly end to end. Then next, cost efficiency. Resources should be used efficiently. It's a kind of like it can work on efficiently and effectively with better performance. Security. Security is nothing but it can provide their WASP 10. WASP 10 is nothing but it's on 10 security services for their web application. In next videos or other videos, I'll explain WASP 10 and security services also. Then interview importance. It's like a why system design important in interviews, because of nowadays AI will be doing on anything. Like suppose AI will be retrieve their code, then do a task automatically. But system design will be thinking, not doing their AI tool. AI tool is doing, but automatically it can show as some errors. It cannot solve this problem. Now, common interview questions for their software engineer roles. System design a system Instagram, design a WhatsApp, design a YouTube, design a URL shortener, then design a online examination systems. Why interview can ask these questions? Because of AI will be retrieve the code automatically using a tool to implement the code will be copy and paste it to task easily. But AI will be code will be not works on millions of users and millions of and reliability and security. This all about small related to image about system design like users, web browser, mobile app, load balancer. Next to I'm explaining load balancer concepts, application servers, databases, then catch object storage. I'm explaining store the files like images, videos, and documents. Message queue handles their and process the background of tasks like scalability, reliability, performance, skill security. Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube.